Okay, hello everyone. This is Nudge, and this is the second part of showing off some of the games in detail that I got. There's going to be 4 parts to this. There's 2 more games that I want to show in a little bit greater detail. The other few, I think I've covered enough in the live stream. I don't think there's anything that needs to be covered, except later, some point later, I'm going to touch on the Bop It Smash and see if we can actually do something with it. Because 38 as a score on Bop It Smash isn't amazing. That's true. Okay, so let's start with the second game. This is probably going to be an even longer video than the Zing It was, because this has 3 modes again. Well, okay, no, maybe 4. But they are much more competitive, much more... I want to actually beat this. I want to actually get this done, which is not easy at all, especially for one of the modes, which is basically endless. It goes on forever. By that I mean you can play as much as you want, and you can keep getting high scores, and there's no limit to how high you can make it, unless, I don't know, maybe there is. Anyway, so this is the Hyper Toss.
Place ball in the red cup.
I'm gonna wait for it to shut off. Actually, I'm gonna flip the switch, and I'm gonna quickly talk about how this plays. So, it's kind of hard to explain. It's got a handle, but I don't really hold it by the handles. I just hold them by the cups, because there's 3 cups on the top: a red, a green, and a blue. And the red is on the center, green is on the left, and blue is on the right. By the way, of course, since this is an audio recording, you can tell that I am blind and I cannot see anything, so colors mean nothing to me. But anyway, there's those 3 things. And then on one... I hope you can still hear me from here, by the way. On one side, you've got a big button that is very similar in size, and it's very circular. It's very similar to the Bop It button on the Zing It. That turns it on and switches between the different games, and also allows you to check volume. Then on the other side, again, close to the red cup, on the other side is a switch that you can flip to change between on and off. I think it also does Try Me, but I've never gotten it to do anything yet. And this is right below the switch is where the battery cover opens. It takes 2 AA's, this one. It's very power efficient. I like that. I'm guessing that this, on low batteries, it doesn't really do much. It probably just shuts off. And on the very bottom, the handle and all that stuff is being interconnected by a handle that runs across the whole entire unit downwards. And then the 2 halves of the handle, as well as the thing where the column where the battery cover goes, they make up like 3 different columns in the middle. There's a left column, a middle column where the battery cover is, and the right column for the handle. And then on the very bottom is where the speaker is, as well as a few screws and stuff. So yeah, and integrally, it's a little bit bendy, a little bit weird. You can hear it creaking a little bit, but it doesn't feel exclusively messed up and bad. The sensors inside the cups are very easily able to be pushed with your finger. They have this really weird feel to them that no other button does. It's interesting, and they make an interesting sound as well. It's supposed to be played with a ball that came with it, but I never got the ball with it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so, way it works is when you turn it on with the button, it goes
Hyper Toss.
And if you wait for long enough, it says
Place ball in the red cup.
Place ball in the red cup. That's to start the game. Now, to change between games, you press the button again, and it changes games from Hyper Toss to
Super Toss, Memory Toss, Freestyle, Hyper Toss.
And back to Hyper Toss. To change volume,
Place ball in the red cup. Memory Freestyle.
You hold the
Hyper
button
Toss.
until it goes, and then you press the button as many times as you want to change between low, medium, and high. and when you're done, you just wait,
Choose game.
and it's back to choose game. If you wait for long enough, it just goes
Place ball in
ew,
the red cup.
and turns off. Okay, Hyper Toss, Super Toss, Memory Toss, and Freestyle.
Super toss.
Let's start with Memory
Memory
Toss,
Toss.
because this is, I'm pretty confident I can
Place ball in
actually,
the red cup.
beat this. I've beaten it twice now. Place ball in the red cup to start, and it gives you a high score every time you do that,
High score 220 catches.
which is the most.
3, 2, 1. Red, go.
So you got a countdown, and you have to repeat the patterns that it gives you.
Red, go. Red, green, go.
Each cup has a distinctive sound to what it sounds like when
Red,
you let go
go.
of it, and now it just changed sequences. Now it's
Green, red,
three
go.
things per sequences.
Blue, red, go. Red,
Each
blue, go.
thing is made out of 5 different
Red,
rounds,
green,
and every
blue,
round it
go.
changes numbers. It goes all the way up to 9, I think.
Blue, red, green, go.
So I have 4.
Red, blue, go. Red, blue, go. Green,
As you
green,
can hear,
blue, go. Green,
every
red,
cup has
go.
a sound, a different pitch to what it sounds like when you hit it.
Blue,
and-
red, go.
Oh wow, 4 reds, that's not common.
Red, green, red, go. Blue, red, go. Red, blue, green, red,
In
go.
this mode, the music doesn't change pitch, but in the other
Green,
modes it
blue,
does.
red, green, blue, go. Red, green, red, go.
You can't go any faster than this, by the way, it doesn't let you.
Red, go. Blue, red, blue, go. Green, red, blue, go. Green, red, green.
That was me demonstrating what it sounds like when you let go of the cups, because it makes a different noise when you let go as opposed to when you touch them.
Red, go.
Oh great.
Score 101 catches. Hyper hero.
You also get different comments depending on how well
Place
you
ball
did.
in the red cup.
Well, I just messed up, so now I have to try completely from the beginning.
3, 2, 1. Red, go.
It's also intelligent enough to tell you your high score only when you play the game for the first time.
Red, blue, go.
Unless you reset it by pressing the button in the middle of the game, which you can do.
Blue,
In which case, it will
red,
tell you your high
go.
score again if you go back to it.
Blue, red,
You can also
go.
skip that by pressing the red cup multiple
Red,
times.
go.
I'm gonna do this again,
Red,
hopefully
blue,
beating it
green,
this time.
Go. Blue, green, blue, go. Red, blue, red, go. Red, green, red, go. Red, green, red, go. Red, blue, go. Green, blue, red, go. Green, blue, green, go. Red, green, red, blue, go. Blue, red, blue, go. Green, red, green, blue, go. Red, blue, green, go. Red, blue, go. Green, red, blue, go. Blue, red, green, red, go. Blue, red, green, go.
That's what the different cups sound like.
Blue, green, red, go!
Okay, here we go again.
Blue, red, blue, red, go! Green, red, green, go! Green, red, blue, go! Green, red, blue, go! Blue, green, red, go!
Okay, 8.
Red, green, blue, go! Red, blue, go! Blue, red, blue, go! Green, red, blue, red, go! Blue, green, red, go!
Okay, one more.
Red, green, blue, red, green, go! Red, blue, green, go! Blue, red, blue, go! Green, red, blue, blue, go!
Last one.
Green, blue, red, blue, go! New high score, 220 catches. Memory toss champion.
So yeah, that's what
Place
happens.
ball in the red cup.
That's what happens when you beat it. It says that you got a high score even though you actually didn't. If you get the same exact score that you got last time, it still counts as a high score, which is cool because you know, you get the two different jingles. You get the do for when you beat the game, and then you have the do, which means that you got a new high score. And I like that a lot. I like the different musical cues this game has. It sounds really cool. And then it says Memory Toss Champion, which you only get if you get the highest score possible. Okay, let's move on to Super Toss, and then we'll do Hyper Toss. We're going in backwards order. I'm going to explain how Super Toss works before I actually start it. So what you do is you get bombarded with one command at a time. So you do the commands as they come at you. You keep pressing the colors. Every 10 colors, it's going to say Super Toss, and what I do at the very last color of a sequence of 10 is I hold. When it says Super Toss, I keep holding it and wait until the music gets to the part where it loops normally. By that I mean, the first beat of the measure. And then that's when I let go. The reason why I do that is because it makes it easier for me to count the time. Because what Super Toss really is meant to be is you're supposed to throw the ball that you got up high and hope that it's going to land into the red cup. And basically, it counts how long it took the ball to fall back into the red cup. So what that means is you have to get as close as possible to 50, which is about 5 seconds or so. But if you get over 50, it just goes too slow and your whole run's done. Which is the most annoying part of this is when you get up to like 70 out of 80. By the way, it's 80 catches. You have to do 80 8 sequences of 10 right, plus how many points of 50 to close to 50 that you get. So if you get too slow after you got 70 catches out of 80 done. That is very annoying. And I've had that constantly happen to me because for some reason I kept thinking it takes just a little bit longer, and very, very many cases, whenever you have it say too slow, you press it right exactly when that sound that says too slow plays, like in the very millisecond that you were actually... So it's like 51, but of course you can't go over 50, and if you get over 50, you die. So you have to get as close as possible on the feet as you can get,
Hyper toss.
which is the most annoying part of it.
Super toss.
So, let's play this. I'm probably going to have to play it a few times to actually beat it. I don't think I'll be able to get it.
High score
'Cause
464 points.
The
Three,
max is
2,
480,
1.
by the way.
Red, blue,
Everything
red,
always
red,
starts on red.
Blue,
Always.
Red, blue, red, super toss. 49 feet.
Okay? Close.
3, 2, 1. Red, blue, green,
It depends
blue,
a lot
green,
on
red,
what your...
green,
how you
red,
started.
Red, blue, super toss.
And the challenge comes
46 feet.
when you,
Three,
because the
two,
music changes
one.
pitch,
Green,
but the time
red,
is still the
red,
same.
blue,
So you have to
green,
count,
blue,
you
green,
count extra
red,
beats,
blue,
but you don't
red,
actually know how
super
much that
toss.
is.
49 feet.
Like that.
3, 2, 1. Red, green, red, blue, green, red, super toss. 48 feet.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Red, blue, green, red, blue, green, blue, super toss. 45 feet.
Oh, that was pretty bad. I could have done much better.
3, 2, 1. Red, blue, green, blue, red, blue, super toss. 48 feet.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Green, blue, green, red, blue, green, red, super toss. 50 feet.
Yes, 50. Okay, one more round.
3, 2, 1. Green, blue, red, green, super toss. 50 feet.
Ooh.
80 catches. 385 feet.
New high score.
465 points.
By 1
Super
point.
Toss champion.
And Super Toss champion.
Place
So,
ball in
I
the
actually
red
got
cup.
a new high score. First try. Didn't have to do anything. 465. Of course, the max being 480, I'm still not 100%, done. I could do much better. But it is a start. It's a good start. And I think 465 is enough for one day. I don't want to repeat this and do it again and frustrate myself, because the last time I did this, 2 days ago when I was practicing trying to get scores, my highest back then was 462. I couldn't even beat it normally. I kept losing right at 70 catches, and I would get varying degrees of success. Sometimes I would get 45 a few times, and yeah. So that was Super Toss. That actually went much better than I would have hoped. Okay, Hyper Toss. The problem with this is it basically just gets you to be. It's the most addicting part of this game because it's very short. You can complete it as quickly or as slowly as you want, but the timing is really what makes you as competitive as it is, because you set the speed. You get to dictate how fast you want to be, and if you want to go faster, then you can. You just have to tell yourself to be faster, because basically all it is just 15 of these catches, and you do them as quickly as you possibly can. There is a limit to how quickly you can do it, I'm guessing, because sometimes the very last one, I touch red much earlier. Like, it says red, and I kind of already know that it's going to be red, so I touch red early, and it doesn't register. Yeah, that's annoying, because then I find out, and then I have to touch it again, and it takes, like, a whole second off my run. But
Hyper toss.
this just happened to me right after I was,
Super toss. Memory. Hyper toss.
right after I was
Place ball in the red cup.
raging with Super Toss, trying to get 464. Well, after I did, I played Hyper Toss, and this happened.
High score. 5.47 seconds.
That is unbelievable.
3,
Okay,
2,
let's play.
1. Red, green, 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 red, 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 blue, green, red, red, red,
Uh-huh.
blue, green, blue, red.
That was terrible.
Score 6.79 seconds. Whoa, super catcher.
So, you can
Place
you
ball
can
in the
restart
red
the
cup.
game whenever you want, by the way.
3, 2,
So.
1. Red, blue, blue. Choose
Oh, come on.
game. High score. 3.
I could do
2,
much better than
1.
that.
Red, red, blue, blue, red.
keep thinking
Choose
blue's
game.
green.
3, 2,
Come
1.
on.
Red, blue, red, red, blue, green, blue, red, red, red. Choose game. 3, 2, 1. Red, 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 blue, blue, green, red, 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 blue, green, red, 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 blue.
I pressed it.
Score 6.55 seconds. Whoa,
Again, same
super
thing. I
catcher.
touched blue much before it would actually register, so
3,
I didn't like
2,
it.
1. Red, green, green, red.
Oh, not
Choose
this again.
game. 3, 2, 1. Red, blue, red, red, blue, green, red, green, red, blue, red, blue, green, blue, blue, green, green. Choose
Oh.
game. High score. 3, 2,
Let's get something
1.
a little bit better
Red,
than that.
green, green. Choose game. 3, 2,
Get it right this
1.
time.
Red, green, red, 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 green, red, red, blue, green, red, red, red.
Every
Choose
single
game.
time I
High
get it
3,
wrong.
2, 1. Red, green, green.
Because every time you
Choose
get it
game.
wrong, you just waste time trying to,
High 3, 2,
you know,
1.
doing it again.
Red, green, 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 red. Choose
Okay, this is
game.
really annoying.
3, 2,
Come
1.
on.
Red, 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 blue, red, red, blue, red, blue, green, blue, red, blue, green, red.
But did that work?
Score 5.48 seconds.
What?
Wow, Hypermaster.
Okay. Tell me. Someone tell
Place
me.
ball in the red cup.
Someone tell me, is this game counting towards me? Is this game trolling me? What is it do? I don't get this. Because I swear that was not 5.48. I swear that was something like 5.7 or something less. I mean, something longer than that. How did I do that? There is, like, no logic. It didn't feel any faster. I thought that was actually going to be much slower than it said. When it said 5.48, you know, I'm starting to think that this game doesn't really actually run on a timer. It's like, I don't get this. When I got it for the first time, when I was getting used to Hypertoss and how addicting it was, it started at something like 5.77, and it kept going up, 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 up. I got like 5.67, 5.65, 5.63, and then 5.58. And it stayed at 5.58 for a while until 5.47 happened. I don't get this. It didn't feel any faster. It felt the same as it would feel. I don't know. I'm just not sure. Whatever. 5.48. I actually got that. Let's do it at least one more time.
Hypertoss.
Get at least 5.65
Place ball
or something
super.
like that.
Hypertoss. 3, 2, 1. Red, green, green, red, blue, red, red, green.
Okay, come on.
Choose game. 3, 2,
Takes
1.
a while.
Red, red,
Just be
red,
patient with
blue,
me here.
blue, red.
And
Choose
talking while
game.
doing it doesn't
3,
help.
2, 1. Red, blue, 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 red, 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 blue, green, red, green, green, blue.
Oh.
Choose 3.
The
2,
music speeds
1.
up, by the way.
Red,
There
red,
we go.
red, blue, red, blue, green, blue, blue, green.
Oh, come on.
Choose get 3.
Pay
2,
attention.
1. Red, blue, blue, red, blue, red, green, red, blue, red, green, blue, green, blue, green. Score 5.75 seconds.
Okay.
Wow, Hypermaster.
That makes a little bit of sense.
3, 2, 1. Red, red, blue, red, red, blue, red, red,
There we go, 5.51. That actually felt good. That actually felt pretty good. So yes, apparently I can actually get scores at 5.51 and 5.48. I don't know how, but apparently I can.
Hyper toss.
Okay, so we're done. I think that's about it for the hyper toss. So really, all I can do is hope to continue improving super toss scores, which is very hard to do. I think hyper toss is at its limit. It's basically impossible. Okay, that was a weird glitch. That's something I haven't heard before. So if you keep pressing the button, if you press the button while it plays that sound, you can get it to play more than once. That's interesting.
Super
Okay.
toss. Remember freestyle.
Freestyle. All freestyle is what happens if you just wait? Nothing. It just keeps going. Oh, it plays. Okay. Okay. That's red. That's blue. And there's green. If you do it enough times,
Get it.
it changes sounds. And then
Yeah. You got
and then
it.
it's back. Is it time-based? No, it's
You
toss-based.
got it.
And it keeps saying random stuff like aha and you got it.
Choose
So yeah,
game.
that's freestyle. It's annoying. It's stupid. I don't know why it exists. It's like
Place
freeform on
ball in the red
it's like
cup.
freeform on Bop It Bounce. It really doesn't need to exist. And that was the hyper toss. So I actually got a new high score in this video, just like I thought I would, by 1 point. And I'll periodically get back to this and take a look at it, see if I can improve on it. And I think it's almost at its limits now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. Tomorrow is going to be really fun. I hope it's going to be tomorrow. I'm not sure. But we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you whenever I upload or whenever I record next. Bye for now.
Pause. Fast forward. Pause button.